Today in Stadia news, we're going to be taking a look at the latest This Week on Stadia blog post that introduces two new games out available today, one of them being in early access and a first on Stadia title, Madden NFL 22 being available for pre-order at $59.99 ahead of its August 20th launch. But we're going to begin with what's probably the biggest news story of the week, and that's Stadia officially arriving to Android TV and Google TV devices. The wait for this is finally over. The days of having to sideload an APK onto your device are long gone, and thankfully so because the experience was always pretty suboptimal. Now to be clear, you're just gonna have to go onto your Google Play Store on your respective Google TV or Android TV device, look up Stadia, and you can probably find the app right now. Give it a download and it'll tell you that it's coming soon. The official release date for when you're gonna be able to launch directly from your Android TV is June 23rd, but I should note that you can easily bypass this by simply casting from your mobile phone onto your device. Once you're in, you can enjoy it much like you already enjoy Stadia on a Chromecast Ultra. You can go through your library and see what games you want to play. Sadly, for those who were wanting or expecting a UI refresh with this launch, well, it's not here. To be fair, we should give them till June 23rd as that's the official release date, but I am doubtful that will be the case. Regardless of that though, this update has been long awaited by many in the Stadia community, myself included. I've had to use 2 HDMI ports just to play Stadia on my TV, and I really can't wait to reduce that to just one box. Now, a few details that you should be aware of is that if your Android TV device isn't officially supported, you'll have to actually opt into the experimental feature to give it a go on your device. Secondly, they make it very clear within the blog post that this is the first version of this app and they do plan on continuing to update it with new features along the way. Be sure to let me know if you've already tried it out on your end, and do tell me about your experience down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts overall on this. Next up, let's talk about Madden NFL 22, as it's now officially available for pre-order ahead of its August 20th launch. Those of you who were keen-eyed noticed that this game was available for pre-order late last week, but I did want to share the news here for those of you unaware since I know the Madden franchise is huge for many people out there. And unlike Madden 21, which released way later down the road, this one will be launching day and date on Stadia, and for that fact alone, I can see it definitely selling a lot better too. My biggest wish for this release is that the Stadia version at least has feature parity with the next-gen console releases for the PS5 and Xbox Series X. They've already shown us that they can do a fantastic port of the game with Madden 21, and I have high hopes that Madden 22 will be just as good. But now, let's move on to the next bit of news, and that's a new release that's available right now, and that's the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, the official video game, and you can pick it up for $39.99. In this title, you can compete across 18 events like basketball, tennis, soccer, and much more. The game itself is coming from Sega and will feature crowd play support so you can stream the game on YouTube and invite viewers to play instantly. In addition to that, this has a new feature that will actually allow family members and friends to sign into their own Stadia accounts and play from their profiles locally. While this couch play feature isn't exactly the remote play that many people had wanted to see, it's still a great feature to have and one that I hope gets adopted to other games retroactively and more in the future easily. Overall though, Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, the official video games, looks like a pretty neat compilation of a bunch of sport games, so I'm actually tempted to pick it up myself. If you've already done so, do let me know your thoughts on it down in the comment section below, I'd love to hear them. And the last big news story of the week is going to be Hello Engineer now launching into early access on Stadia. This is a first on Stadia title and is available at $19.99. In this game, your task is to engineer incredible machines out of old rides within an abandoned amusement park. And said amusement park is built and created by the creepy Mr. Peterson. The game does feature state share, which will allow players to capture their adventures and share game states, allowing friends to play with resources and blueprints they've yet to unlock. In addition to that, you can use this to challenge other players to beat your best time. The game itself definitely looks quite interesting. It does seem a little bit challenging or complicated, but I haven't played it yet, so I can't really speak to whether or not that's the case, but I'd imagine if you like games like Kerbal Space Program, this might be right up your alley. And while I did say that's the last big news story, there are a few little headlines that I do want to wrap up here in the end. First up is Borderlands 3 having a free play weekend. Starting 9 AM Pacific Time Thursday, June 24th through 9 AM Pacific Time Monday, June 28th, you can all play Borderlands 3 as long as you have Stadia Pro. During that time, you'll also be able to pick it up at a discounted rate of $19.79. Then we have Crata receiving its second battle pass, the Mechanical Revolution, which is available on the Stadia storefront for $9.99. This also comes packed with 100 levels of industrial themed content to add to your new custom-made levels. And finally, you can now play Stadia from a mobile browser without having to even download the app. This does allow you access to your launcher, profiles, captures, and the Stadia storefront. All in all, it's a pretty good week for Stadia, and there's some long-awaited features making their way, as well as some new games to play. Do let me know your thoughts on this week's news, I'd love to hear them. Now, if you enjoyed today's video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Today's end of video message is just going to be me letting you all know that I will be taking a quick look at the Hello Neighbor early access game that's first on Stadia, and I will be making a video about it. If you have any specific questions you want me to answer about that game, do let me know down in the comment section below, and if I see it in time, I'll be sure to include it in the video. Besides that, I just want to tell you all to have a great day and thank you for your time. This has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming and VR, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.